Hey, I'm back. Today I'm going to be going over everything you need to know to solve a Megaminx, start to finish, with different tips and algorithms I've discovered along the way, all in one place. I'm making this video for my cousins Harry and Ike, who are just learning to solve the Megaminx, so hopefully this will help them and help you. Let's get started. So this is pretty much a beginner's method, but it worked well enough for me to get into the top 100 in Pennsylvania, so I don't know, it's pretty good. So that means it's going to go through all the basic beginner's method things, like let's start with step 1, the cross. I am not color neutral at all, so I'm going to do the white cross. So that one's easy. I mean, if you're trying to solve a Megaminx, you should know how to do a cross already. This video does require 3x3 knowledge. So then the next part is these first two layers. You don't have to do F2L. You can just do regular beginner's method like this one. You could do that for all the pieces, but F2L is just nicer. After you get all of these done, this part took me forever to learn, but what we're gonna do is make like a diamond shape here, a diamond shape on every single one of these. I don't know why it was so hard for me to learn that the first time, but you're gonna do that by picking like the right or left side, then put that one. So this is like your new bottom. So now we're gonna try to find that pair right there. Here we go. And that's what you want it to look like. There's the white side, that diamond right there. So then go along and do it for all the other sides. So this is what you want it to look like. See, we have all of that done. And what that did is made it so now we're just trying to solve this top layer, and then it's kind of like this is the middle and this is the edge piece. So we're just trying to do F2L. It's like we have the cross done. Next step is just fill in all of those. Okay, we have it done. We're down to the last layer. So this is where it looks like beginner's method. So on a 3x3. So with beginner's method, you get it down to this, right? So this is like the same state, and then what you try to do is make this into a cross on the top. So we're going to do the exact same algorithm, the F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F. This is pretty much as hard as it would get. So what you're going to do is do the F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F. And then this isn't what we're looking for. We're looking for like the arrow shape. So let's do it again. For this case, you want to put the 3 when they're all next to each other. You want to put that kind of on that side, so you can go do that. Now we have the arrow, and when we get the arrow, we want to put the arrow, it's like flat up against us. Then the 2 are on the left side, so then we can do the FRU over F. There we go. That's our cross on top. So next, it's like beginner's method again when we're trying to get all the centers correct. So right here, this one's correct. So it's RU, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So there we go. We're gonna do the same thing almost, but it is different. So if you ever have it where these two edges line up right next to each other, it's not gonna work if you left it like that. So we're gonna have to change it. So like that one, oh, these two are solved now. So we have to find the one that doesn't work. So that's this green one right here. We're gonna do a modified version of the one that I just did on the 3x3 to get the edges all correct. So what we're gonna do is R, U2, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So what we did was, instead of doing R, U, R prime, we did R, U2, R prime. Because it's 5, we had to make it so it all lines up. So now this is what we're looking for. We're looking for two solved, but they're not right next to each other. And then we're going to orient them so one is solved in front and the other one is solved on the back right. So then what we do is the exact same thing we just did. R, U2, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now all of the edges are solved. And then we're going to do the same thing that you do on 3x3 to get all the corners in the right place. That one. What that does is cycle all the corners around. You might have done a different beginner's method, but that's pretty common. I'll have the algorithms in the description in a PDF, so just look at that. And it doesn't look like we have any solved, like how we picked the corner on this one. So what we're gonna do is try to get a corner that's solved. So let's just pick a side and do the same algorithm, but modified again. So we're gonna start U, R, U2, L prime, U2, R prime, U2, L prime. So, oh yeah, U again. So we just switched that one. So now that one's correct. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to keep this one, because whenever we do this, the two that start in front will stay correct. So we're gonna need to cycle this one over to there now. We could cycle that one over to there, or that one over to there, but it would be faster to do that one, so that's what I'm picking. So I'm gonna have this one in the front so it stays, and then keep that one in the back so it can get over there. So we're gonna do the algorithm U, R, U2 prime, prime, U2, R prime, U2 prime, down, U. So we have to do it again because I guess it cycles counterclockwise. So the same algorithm. So now these two are solved. So what we're gonna do, these are solved. So that just means these three just need to swap until they're correct. So do the algorithm one more time. U, R, U2. And there we go. Now this is the last step on a 3x3 that it takes to solve. See, the corners just need twisted. So the algorithm is U, R prime, U prime, R, the same thing over and over again. So if you've never done it before, it's U, R prime, U prime, R, 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 until that one's correct and solved. F, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, and then it's solved. So that's what we're gonna do right here. So in this one, we're just gonna do the U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R. So now it's solved. So then we're gonna do F, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. Now it's solved. So then F, that. Now it's solved. That, it's solved. And there we go. It's done. So in case you are forgetting any of the steps, I'm gonna do a full walkthrough solve right now. So here we go. I'm gonna start with the white cross. That's what I'm doing right now, getting all of these into place. There we go. So now I'm gonna do F2L or layer by layer if that's where you're at. Gets challenging looking for pieces sometimes. They disappear. So there we go. You can do some fun stuff with F2L with all the freedom of unsolved layers. There we go. Okay, we did that. So now we're gonna make those diamonds again. Well, we need those pieces. Got lucky. There's one diamond. There's the second diamond. Remember, I'm just doing, so that's like the bottom now, and we're just gonna do F2L right there. That took me a minute. I zoned out. Then, here we go. Now we're on the last one. It gets kind of tricky here. So, you kind of have to put that in, but then you can't just insert it because then you'll mess up those. So what you have to do is kind of move it over. See here, I just made that pair right there. So it's right here. We can't like put it in like that. Well, you can, but I don't like doing it that way, if I'm being honest. So I just move it over, put it in, and then put it in place. I've actually never did it the way I just discovered before. Then we're on the last 5 slots. There we go. On the last layer, we got the arrow. The arrow is kind of pointing down and to the right. Yeah. Then we do the F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F. And it doesn't look like we have any that are lined up on the back. So we get it so there's just one that's solved. Do the R, U2, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So now we have these two solved. U2, R prime, there we go. They're all solved. And this corner is correct, so we want to keep that. And we're trying to get that one over there. So we don't want to put this one in front because then that one can't get over here because these two are saved when we do the algorithm. So we're going to save these two, then circle those with the algorithm. Okay, now they're both correct. Then we're going to do it again with these two up front. It'll take up to 2 times, and there we go. And then we do the last part of beginner's method. That's solved, and there we go. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. Good luck.